Yes, hello and welcome to another vlog from Rider. Today we're testing out the SYM MaxSym Tl 508. It is a two-cylinder 508cc scooter, but a very sporty scooter, a very expensive scooter. Here in Spain it costs 9,999 euro on the street, including registration already. At the moment they waived the registration fee of 250 euro, so you get it a little bit cheaper. As I said, it has almost 46 horsepower at 6,750 RPM. We have a torque of 50 Newton meters at 5,250 already. The tires are 120/15, so 15 inch in the front, 160/15, also 15 inch in the rear. The weight is pretty heavy, 227 kilos. Fuel capacity is 12.5 liters. We have a seat height of 795 millimeters. We have ABS, we have traction control. Well, we basically have everything what a regular nowadays sports scooter has. What I forgot to mention, actually, this one has a chain. So compared to most of the other scooters, okay, the Forza also has a chain, but it's one of the scooters which does have a chain. The T-Max does not have a chain, it has a belt. Okay, so the controls on the left-hand side are, we have a rear brake lever, which is adjustable in 4 positions. We have a passing light switch here in the front, which is pretty handy, I think. We have the high beam, low beam switch, which is this kind of, this switch here. And we have another switch here for the display. I will show you in a moment. You can change the schemes, the different display schemes, and of course some values and stuff like that. Here we have the turn signal switch right here. Then we have the horn button here. And down below we have the traction control button. We have to press it for 2 or 3 seconds to deactivate traction control. On the right hand side we have the brake lever for the front disc brake, also adjustable in 4 positions. We have the kill switch right here. We have the hazard light switch here. We have the stereo switch, and of course the throttle we have here on the right hand side. We have a little key switch console in the middle here. Everything is keyless go. We have opening a separate button for opening the seat. We can lock the steering wheel here. We can open up the fuel cap from this position, and that's about it. So here we have the display, which I think is not really up to par, up to standards of a 10k euro scooter, to be honest. Okay, maybe some people think, okay, that's okay, but for me it looks kind of cheapish, to be honest. On the left hand side we have the control lights for like oil and TCS, ABS and fuel and stuff like that. We also have the blinkers, the turn signal indicators here, which are easily to see, also in direct sunlight. In the middle we have the kind of a scheme, different schemes. We can see different data sets. And on the right hand side we have like the display for which is constantly shown. We have the speed, we have the total mileage, and I will show you in a moment. Let's get to the middle display, what we can change here. We use the control on the left handlebar here. I will push the button here down to go to cycle through the different displays. Here we have a display of the RPM counter. If I push it down, we have the display, menu display of the speedometer. Then we have a clock. We have different data sets, data fields here, and they're all the same in all of the schemes, so you don't get any other data in any other scheme. So we can switch the scheme if we press a gray button in the middle here. I press it longer, and then I think we have 3 different ones to choose from. This is another one here. So I cycle through these. We have the RPM counter, we have the speed, and down below we have the clock actually showing. We have the data fields here, also data, and that's it. We switch it to another scheme here, and that I think is the last one, which you can select. We have again the RPM counter, we have speed, we have the clock, we have the different data fields here and here, and that's it. Let's switch to the original display. Let's use this, and that's about it. I will switch it maybe to kilometers per hour when we do our 0 to 100 check, maybe. On the right hand side we have a display which is constantly shown. You can adjust some data fields there. We have the total mileage there. We can switch it to trip mileage, oil mileage, and the battery voltage, and that's it. And also a set button or reset button here where you can reset these data fields. So when it comes to cubby holes and storage space on the scooter, we have some cubby holes in the front. Unfortunately, they're not really that big, but better something than nothing. We have 2 not lockable cubby holes in the front, as you can see here. On the left hand side we have a little key slot there in case your keyless go system doesn't work. You can open up the seat from there. The cubby hole on the left hand side is very, very small. Maybe one hand of mine will fit in there. Then on the right hand side the cubby hole is a bit deeper. You can put maybe 4.5 hands of mine in there. We also have a quick charge 3.0 USB connection in there. Let's open up the seat. Okay, we have turned it off. Let's turn it on and open up the seat here. So this is the underseat storage compartment. You can see one of my of a full-face helmet of mine actually fits in there. I'm sure it goes fairly deep actually, so I'm sure you can actually fit 2 jet helmets in there. I'm pretty sure about that. You also have a light, a courtesy light in there. And that's about it. The seat is very solid. It leaves a good impression, the seat actually. It feels very nice and looks high quality and sturdy. Yeah, so this is the SYM MaxSym Tl 508 with almost 46 horsepower and 50 Newton meter. We will take it back to the dealer now. So let's go. Okay, so let's go back. So, the first thing that you notice when you get on the scooter is that you cannot totally sit like in the toilet position, because you have to put your feet, my dirty shoes, I have to clean them, you have to put your feet a little teeny tiny bit to the front, because you cannot put them any further to the rear because something is in the way. Oh yeah, actually you can put them to the rear, but then not all of your foot will be on the foot pedestal. Anyways, you can also put it to the front, which is a very nice seating position, at least for me. I am 175 and I have a lot of leg room, almost like on the X80V or the Forza 750. I'm sure it will be similar to the T-Max as well. I don't remember the T-Max very well, to be honest. The seat is very, very hard. It leaves a very good impression though, because it seems like of very high quality, very resistant to anything you throw at it. Seems to be a very sturdy seat. I don't know how it will actually be at long distances, you know, how you will feel sitting on that seat for a longer period of time. The mirrors, yeah, I don't have anything to say really. I mean, they're just standard, they work. You can see everything. You can see yourself naturally. Usually you always see yourself in the mirror. And but no, nothing to complain. Very easy to handle in the corners here. You have to be careful a little bit. Now I remember what I wanted to say in the German video actually. The two downsides of it, which I think a little bit downside. First of all, I think the display is not really up to standard for a 10,000 euro scooter. It should be TFT or something with Bluetooth connectivity. The other thing is the throttle is kind of twitchy, to be honest, especially at very low revs, low speed, especially, you know, in the when you start up, when you are in the city, which is not really good, because, you know, depending on how good the traction control system is, you might slip actually and have too much power on the rear tire because of that. Anyways, these are my 2 points which I don't really like about the scooter. Other than that, it is very nice sporty scooter, has a fairly large boot. I mean, it's not really that big, but 2 jet helmets I'm fairly sure can fit in there. One of my full face helmets can fit in there as well. Very small cubby holes in the front. So it is, yeah, it is a sporty scooter, and usually you don't find like very much storage space and stuff like that on a very sporty scooter. So this is very close to the limitation of A2 for A2 riders, of limitation of 48 horsepower basically. This one has 46 almost. It is very powerful. Yeah, it has good handling here in the corners, but you will see later on in the video on the highway the wind protection is not so good. I think you can adjust it 1 notch up. It might be a bit better there, but at this lower position it is not really that great, and you get a lot of wind on your helmet, depending of course how tall you are. I am 175. Yeah, other than that, all the plastics, except for some of the controls, which I might have pointed out already, like this one for the lights, they don't look like the highest quality, but everything else, all the other plastics and stuff, all the paneling looks of very sturdy and of very high quality. Okay, we have piano lacquer, or however you call it here, which I don't like, because, you know, it gets scratched very easily. They should have put there something else. I mean, it's not just for looks, but also practicality on a scooter. So they should put something more practical materials on scooters, I would say, not just this piano lacquer. And I would say actually it should have riding modes, if it had riding modes like a rain standard and sport or so, you could probably put it in rain or so in the city, and you wouldn't have any problems with this twitchy gas control throttle. This one has a chain compared to the T-Max. The T-Max has a belt, and apparently I asked several people and they say you have a better power distribution, or better power, you can put the power better on the wheel if you have a chain, and that's what it has. So maybe it is very good and powerful and sporty, I don't know. We will do the 0 to 100 and see if it beats any records here, or you know, hits any special marks, I don't know. But it is definitely a very, very sporty scooter, but I mean, that's what you come to expect for a 10K scooter naturally. The brakes are very powerful and strong. I tried them out already, and they just go in sync with the power which you have available here. So definitely a lot of braking power, but also, of course, you know, as usual with most of the bikes and everything, that when you press them basically at the same time, these brake levers, that the rear brake locks up for, well, it does not lock because of ABS, but you feel this and so it comes on fairly early, and then of course you have to brake more with the front disc brake naturally. So yeah, handling here in the corners, everything is pretty darn nice. I don't really have any complaints about this. It's a sporty scooter, so go. Stop. Whoa, that was pretty fast, I think. Yeah, as I said, windscreen definitely can be improved or should be raised, depending of course how tall you are. If I duck down into the windscreen, everything is pretty, but no, yeah, that is my biggest concern when you have higher speeds. On the other one, which I tried earlier, the SYM 300, the windscreen seemed to be more aerodynamically and better constructed. The high speed feels okay, nothing to complain about. It has enough power, but as I said, I wish the windscreen would be different. Also a little bit my lower thighs, lower legs are in the wind actually when you sit like this in the up front toilet position here. When I put them even further to the front, I thought this guy wanted to go to the left already. You have even more wind if I put it up like this. So for the summertime, definitely nice, but in the winter, my whole leg is actually kind of in the wind now. So it's not that good. Yeah, these are the high speed. My thoughts about high speed or higher speeds on this one. In Spain we can only go 120 on the freeway here, and as you can see, I'm going too fast already. But yeah, it is nice, handles nicely at higher speeds, and I can actually recommend it. It has high build quality, feels very sporty, good brakes, good power. Except, as I said, you know, depends on your matter of taste. For the display, which I don't like for 10,000 euro, this kind of a display, and the throttle, of course, is also kind of twitchy, might need riding modes, but I guess that's too much to ask. Anyways, I will go through the tunnel so you see how what the display will look like when we go through a tunnel. After that, I will say goodbye to you. But yeah, my verdict, there's nothing really wrong with this scooter. Has actually good enough storage space underneath the seat for a big sporty scooter like that. But maybe, you know, from the price, it's a bit pricey. I think 1 year or 2 years ago it was much cheaper. But yeah, with all the crisis and stuff, I guess they had to raise it quite a bit. So let's go through the tunnel here. That's what it looks like. Maybe you also see it better now. It's not going to flicker, I don't know. Whoa, with a dress on a scooter. Yep, that's my test ride on the SYM MaxSym Tl 508. Thanks very much for watching. This has been a ride out. Take care. Bye bye.